They know that.
You came and you changed the game.
Exactly. So my sons, you know who you are. I'm your pops.
Period.
You know what I mean? I'm your daddy. I'm your father. In fact, call me your forefather.
You what?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
dying.
Your daddy.
Another day, another episode. Welcome to Tea with Tash with your girl Natasha. Now, you know the drill already. You have to like, subscribe, and make sure the comment section is busy. Now, we have promised that we will be having amazing conversations. We're going to brew the best conversations. So, like always, I'd like you to grab a cup and let's sip. Now, today's episode is super, super special. I think I say this in every episode because I think every person I'm bringing onto set with me is somebody that's special to me, or I have a relationship with them, or their story means something to me. And today is definitely no different. And oh my God, I don't even want to butcher the accolades of this person, honestly. But to me, he is a personal friend and somebody I literally dragged out of his busy schedule, his family life, and said, you have to be on the pod. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your digital hands together for the one and only King Dizo, SLAP DEE. Wait, are you also called King of Matero or something?
No. King Dizo's fine.
King Dizo is fine. Mullahs, welcome.
Thank you.
You guys don't ask where the mullahs comes from, but just know he's my mullahs and I'm his mullahs. Yes. Mulionse Nganami Monamo is like, representing.
Yeah, respect. Cheers.
Now, earlier on, before we actually even started shooting, I did say to you to say, you've done so many interviews. You've done so many at this point, Limbi Fieni, Hospital, you know, we know you came from Matero. We know the studio you started in.
Definitely.
You're an artist. You're a creative. You're a dad.
Yeah.
Most importantly, you are a parent. Yeah, and I am so excited. I know you're a girl dad and a boy dad.
Yes.
God has blessed you with both,
Yes, ma'am.
the best of both worlds. So I'm just like, how is it when this man is doing all these things on stage? And side note, sometimes even falling on stage. Mullahs, I just had to slide that in.
But I'm walking out of this interview right here, right now. I'm kidding. I'd never. But
No. Yeah. And so, because a lot of people know, I think I would like to say one side of you, the business side, the artist. How is it just being a parent?
It's a very broad question.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. I'll tell you that for a fact. I enjoy being a parent. And you learn something every day.
Yeah.
Kids are different based on age.
Yeah.
But also based on personality. You know how we all have different personalities. That's how kids are. My son is different from my daughter.
Yeah.
My daughter is older than my son. So
the dynamics
you can tell the different, personalities.
Yeah.
In terms of what they want to watch at a certain time. My son would never sit down to watch any of Nandi's shows.
Yeah.
But sometimes you find Nandi would sit to watch Zamani's shows, but
she's being a big
sister. So it's amazing. It's, the fights, the what.
Yeah.
Plus also social media, TikTok, and everything has made it so cool.
That's true.
A parent these days.
So I have a series of questions for you when it comes to parenting, because of course we are talking about parenting, but not just parenting, because we have a famous parent with us in studio today. And life is never easy for us in the public eye, especially trying to be maybe a present parent, and also you have to be present for your fans.
Exactly.
If we're famous fans, you have to be present for us as well. So you're making two worlds happy. So I think the first question I will run by you is, would you consider yourself a present dad?
Definitely.
Yeah?
I've been present since they were born. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And have you ever missed an important family moment because of work?
Of course.
Or celebrity commitments?
Lots of them.
Oh.
Especially the holidays, you
Yeah.
know, like the Easters, the what. I missed a lot of those in my prime because obviously the business needed me. You know, we had to work Christmas, Independence Day, maybe not their birthdays, but you know, the big holidays that everybody celebrates, all families gather to celebrate. I missed a lot of those.
Music artists, you're like footballers.
Okay.
You don't make it for, like, you know, birthdays and all these days, and sometimes even miss Christmas.
Yeah. But thanks to my family, you know, my uncles, my cousins, they all understood the kind of job that I do. So it will always be, okay, we'll take it, they'll grab the kids on my behalf, take them away and stuff like that.
And when you come back, how do you fix it? Well, you're not saying sorry, but you're just kind of like, you know, I'm back now, so so how do you do that?
It's hard to compensate for that because, to be honest, the specific days are special days.
True.
Everyone's on a break. When you come back, people are back busy. They're probably back in school. It's hard to say, oh, let's now go do this and whatnot. Also, it made me realize why, you know, super duper deca stars homeschool their kids.
Yeah.
They pick their own holidays, you know, stuff like that. But I would always try to make it, but it's never the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you teach the kids to stay grounded despite your lifestyle?
Oh, it's hard.
Because Zamani will be like, but teacher Madam Soshan is like, do you know who my father is? Do you know who my father is?
That's been hard for one of my kids, and that's Nandi.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she came up at a time when I was, you know, very busy.
Right.
And also I was younger then, you know, much younger than I am now. So she was my first, so like she came with me to the studio.
Yeah.
She's seen ZNBC, I was so excited to have a kid those days. By the time she was 5, Nandi was exposed to, I think, all radio stations.
Yeah,
you know, she had been to my video sets. She had actually been on one of my videos, Remember. There's a song I did called Remember.
Yeah.
She played the kid in the video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So with her growing up, she kind of grew up famous as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People would be,
and you mentioned her in songs.
Exactly.
So we knew that Shinandi, you know?
But that changed when she's now 13.
Yeah.
And slowly it started changing.
Shout out to you, Nandi.
It's become... Now she's so embarrassed. She doesn't want to be seen with me.
Oh,
it's one of those...
No.
Not in a bad way.
Of
but,
course,
you know,
of course,
it's like,
yeah.
no, I want to be cool without my dad.
Yeah, I want to be my own person.
Exactly, you know. So it was a bit hard. You go shopping, it started becoming more of an inconvenience than a gift.
Yeah, I was going to ask if the kids understand what you do for a living, but I think you've already answered that. As they've grown,
exactly.
And now that you've talked about Nandi and where she's at right now in life, she's 13.
Exactly.
She's lived it, so she definitely understands what's going on.
Sure thing.
So, how do you make sure that the kids feel seen and heard despite your busy schedule? Because at their day, Nandi or you know, Zamani need you, and like, Daddy, I need you. So how do you make them feel seen or heard? You know,
just be there
when they're having a tough time.
Be there. You know, I pick up my kids from school. Whenever I can. Let me know.
Yeah.
So I'm with my cousin over there. He does school run for me.
It's family. He's doing it for the family.
School run for me. But whenever I can. But he also doubles as, you know, to help me with stuff like this.
Yeah.
So it's a bit hard. But whenever I can and I'm available, I do, you know, pick up, because that's when you find out what they're going through.
Yeah.
What's new, what's cool, what's not.
Who the money is crashing on in class.
Exactly, stuff like that. So that's one way. Also, weekends are very important for my kids.
Yeah.
That's their like chill time. You know, just sit and watch what they're watching with them. Before you go for the show in the evening. Exactly, you know what I mean? Or they just sit there and watch, you know. It's usually boring stuff for me, but sit there. They enjoy that. If
they're entertained, then you're with them.
Thank you. So that's just some of the stuff. Also just expose them to new things. Take them places they've never been. expose them to new friends, new people. Mulazi baisa kupanga ndana bena. Yeah, so it's
now of course there's days that you haven't shown up for the family because you had to work. Do you have a memory of a time when you cancelled work for the family
many
or
times.
for the kids?
Oh, many times.
Really? we want one example. Don't tell us the client. Just tell us what happened and how you cancelled.
Usually it's because of, well, not many times these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, before, like, depending on the pay, like over the phone, I would ask, like, this is embarrassing, but look at that. Yeah, but
yeah.
There's been many times where
no, sometimes it's not worth it.
Client calls you direct and you're like, oh no, you can talk to my manager or my agent. They're like, no, I'd rather just talk to you. And some clients are so big, you want to respect them. They don't want that whole we refer to London anyway.
Yeah.
And so you kind of bow down to them and like, okay, what's the budget? And when you hear the budget, it's like, okay, I mean, don't say it directly to them, but deep down I'll just be like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend the day, the weekend or whatever with my kids.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I know you have so many proud moments because kids have different milestones. Nangufe, the first walk, you will be clapping and recording as a parent.
Yeah.
I'm a parent as well. So I know I have so many proud moments of being a parent with my kids, those little special moments.
Sure.
But is there one moment that you're so proud of that you can just share with us?
There's been a few, in fact, many of them. Like you said, even just the first walk, first few steps.
Yeah.
He said, or when they say daddy the first time.
Yeah.
I think this must be something to do with Zamani, my son. It's probably when he said daddy, called me daddy first.
Yeah.
It wasn't probably daddy, maybe Adi or something like that. But that should have been my,
Yeah.
I only have one son, so
it had to, like he had to. And sometimes us moms are like, how have they called daddy first when I'm the one that carried them for 9 months?
I know.
Most kids actually do say the word dad first before they learn mommy. So as women, we're just like,
I know his mom always claims, no, he said mom first.
You can betray because why? Why? I'm your mother. You should have called me first.
Sure thing.
And how do you teach the kids humility and hard work in the middle of the glamorous world? Because some kids will be like, well, my dad has money.
Yeah.
So I don't need to work extra hard.
Yeah.
So how do you keep them grounded? And just to remember, look, I am King Dizzle, you are Nandi and Zamani.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I basically don't bring the glamour home.
Okay.
I try not to bring the SLAP DEE ends at the gate. Beyond the gate, it's King Dizzle.
Yeah.
You already know, like I'll remind you who I am. But when I step in my yard, that jacket falls off. It's back to business. I'm just, I'm their dad. Also, have to stay family. It's family, So I try not to bring that kind of life home. And also to constantly remind them that we're not rich. We are not, we're not that glamorous. I mean, to Zambian standards, I'm not even going to, I don't know how to say this in the most polite way. We are okay.
Yeah.
But I need to remind them all the time we're not rich.
Pablo, not to Kulomba after you watch this because he has said that he's okay.
Yeah, but so we're not rich. Constant reminders.
Yeah.
Take care of your stuff. Oh no, buy me this. Yes, obviously I can afford that toy right now, but I'm not buying it until you do this. Or you achieve this and that.
Yeah.
And for me, that's P1. That's like number one. Your academics must be good. You must show some good behavior. So all my kids, you won't see any of them that's reckless.
Yeah.
That's careless with their mouth. They're all very decent.
Have any of them shown interest of joining the industry? music related?
So much, but none of them want to.
No?
No. I've tried really hard.
On the flip side, have you ever heard any of them sing some of your lyrics?
Definitely.
And like, what's that feeling like? And not all your lyrics are like clean.
Yeah.
And then you have your kid sing those lines.
No, I've never.
Are you almost like, don't sing that line, but then they're like, but daddy, you're the one that sang it. I'm just singing your song.
I know that happened to me with my nephew. His name is Michael. He's much older now, but when he was much younger, he was kind of rapping to one of my songs. And this song, I'm going at somebody. It's a very intense song for a kid.
Yes.
Or even for an adult who's not into that business. It's a typical rap song, a hip hop song. So he's going in, and the first few bars, I'm like, yeah, that's my boy. Then he goes, oh, I'm like, hey. So then I call the mom.
Son.
That's my cousin. I'm like, yo, I have a problem. Michael is going too deep into my music. I think you need to tell him. We've tried telling him. You tell him yourself.
Oh, wow.
How do you tell your nephew? Turn down, bruh. So yeah, it's happened once, and I think he
obviously looks up to you. So in his head, he's thinking, "I'm making my uncle proud because I can sing bar for bar."
Too much. But yeah, luckily he outgrew my music, and yeah, he's onto something else by now.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Now, with the series of questions, we are just rounding off to that. What is one piece of advice you would give other dads trying to balance career and family?
One will always slow down. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't balance them equally at any point. Many people have tried.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I think it's good to have phases for this stuff. When you have kids, when you want to have kids, when you want to slow down on your career, when you want to bring it back to life, it's stuff like that. But ultimately, I don't see anyone balancing them both. I mean, you could balance, but one will suffer one way or another.
Yeah.
The business or the family, something has to die a little, So when we say balance, I guess when they say balance, they basically mean keeping them afloat.
Yeah.
Not necessarily letting one sink. Because usually one will sink. When the other just goes up, trust me, the other one will sink. It's called selling your soul.
Yeah.
Especially in the music business. So it's to try and keep both afloat. You don't want to be at the height of both of them. Oh, I'm the best dad. Oh, I'm the number one artist.
Yeah.
You want to stay, I'm there.
Yeah.
But I'm there.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. When I'm there, I'm there.
When I'm there, I'm there. Now, of course, you already know we are hanging out with SLAP DEE, who is a renowned Zambian artist, award-winning. And actually, when we're talking about parenting, a few weeks ago was Father's Day, and he wrote this caption on his Facebook saying the industry needs to wish him a happy Father's Day because
I'm their daddy.
Yeah.
I'm your daddy. Okay? It's me.
Yeah. Should I dare to say a pioneer as well in the industry?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
You are literally started from the bottom, now we're here. Literally.
Also, I'd like to just, when I say this, I think a lot of people, oh, no, what about? You can't.
Social media is always like that.
There's levels, exactly. Yeah. So the trolls wanted to drag me down. I don't care. There's levels. When I say I'm your daddy, they know. My kids know who I'm talking about.
Exactly. Your day
they know
ones
me.
get
Exactly.
It. Yeah.
So I would never say to Danny, I'm your daddy. Because I came after Danny.
Yeah.
I came after Exile. I came after JK. And they definitely don't care about me posting that. They know that.
You came and you changed the game.
Exactly. So my sons, you know who you are. I'm your pops.
Period.
You know what I mean? I'm your daddy. I'm your father. In fact, call me your forefather.
You what?
Yes, sir.
Dying.
I'm your daddy.
Now we're going to get onto the lighter side of things for this episode, and we are going to play A very quick and easy game.
Oh, goodness.
It's not hectic, trust me. So we are playing this or that.
Okay.
And we are still in relation to parenting.
Yeah.
As a celebrity dad, you are fathering your sons on as an artist, but you're also fathering your son and daughter at home. So here it goes. The first this or that. When it comes to disciplining your children, would you rather time out or take away privileges?
Take away privileges.
Yeah.
So
the PS4, PS5 disappears.
Take it
the
all
phone
away.
disappears.
Everything.
Oh my goodness. Yep. Grounding or extra chores?
I say grounding.
Yeah?
Extra chores would just be like, that's slavery, man. I'm a bit extreme when it takes such things. So
yeah.
I mean, like, career can remember potentially 17.
Oh my God.
I don't want to get
no.
So I'd rather
that's
just...
a What were they calling that? Corporal punishment?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Public correction or private discussion?
No private discussion.
Yeah.
All the time.
No screen time or no play dates?
No play dates.
Okay. I know, because play dates mean a lot to kids, Especially when plan to school.
Yeah.
And they come back home and they're like, we need to go and play with a friend.
But for me, it's also about, I need to know who your parents are. I mean, random play dates don't work for
Don't
me.
work.
It's like,
Totally
where you
agree.
going? Who lives there?
We are vetting.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Explaining why it's wrong or because I said so.
Well, at a certain point, because I said so. Because you get tired of explaining. Look, you can't keep, and then no, but then you what? Hey, my guy, move.
Yeah, and our kids these days talk back.
You know what I mean? But why did I? Bounce.
Yeah, bounce. Gentle reminder or instant consequence?
No, gentle reminder.
Okay. Rewarding good behavior or focusing on correcting bad behavior?
Rewarding good behavior.
Okay.
All the time.
Why not focusing on correcting the bad behavior?
So they say when you have bad habits, right? Focus on the good habits, the bad habits start falling away themselves.
Right.
So when you start making right, so my dad likes this, they'll stop doing whatever they do wrong and focus on the good.
Yeah, that makes sense. Writing lines or apologizing in person?
Apologizing in person does not work for my kids.
No, it doesn't.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, because they fake it. Kids fake. You know, they just...
True. Yeah.
Okay, I won't do it. I'm sorry. Are you really? I'm sorry. Next day, same thing.
The same thing.
So, yeah, I'll go for the other.
The writing lines. Yeah. Old school discipline, like how we grew up.
Yeah.
Or modern positive parenting?
Modern day. Modern parenting.
Really?
Yeah, because old school involves a lot of...
Okay, that's true.
You know what I mean? You don't want that for your kids.
So are you saying you've never whipped the kids?
Oh, I have.
Okay.
But
not...
Yeah, exactly. The way
we grew up.
Now, me, it was every week. I received something.
Yeah.
You have to receive something. So you don't want that for your kids. These days, it's also because the other kids don't get whooped. So
yeah,
it's like
then the friends will be like,
exactly, it's abuse.
Yes.
You know,
then the teacher will now be like, no, the child came and complained that.
So
welcome to the new world.
Yeah, so no.
Involving both parents in discipline or letting one parent take the lead?
One parent. Good cop, bad cop. All the time.
You know, I actually don't like good cop, bad cop. Why can't you just be on my side?
Nah, but then...
Because do you know what I think, and in my experience as a parent, I have grown up being the bad parent. And daddy is always the good parent.
I mean, we're always the good parent.
Which shouldn't be the case. Why are we villains?
We do all the spending. We do all the good times together. You guys do the most time together. Spend more time. So obviously, you get to scream a lot more than we do. Anyway, stop it. Yeah, what? You know, and also you've got limits to how much you can spend. Buy me this. No, I'm not buying you. Wait. You know, because you've got budgets and what for us, it's buy me water. I told you I can't even push up. So, you know, whatever. But moms, small toy. It's gonna be no. We need to buy. We
have a list.
I know.
We have a list. Has there been a time you've had a child's birthday party or gone maybe to do a school pickup or just where you are showing up for the child and the child feels embarrassed? What was that moment where Nandi was like, "Dad, you're embarrassing me, stop"?
Oh,
or
no, yes,
was like,
many
stop.
times. Like I'd come from the farm. I used to own this small little canter. You know, this not really a canter, but this small light truck. It was funny looking, to be honest. And also, most times when I come from the farm, I'd be looking funny myself. You know, but for a kid, it's extreme. And also, the other kids know who her dad is.
Her dad is,
so there's a certain expectation.
SLAP DEE to show up.
Roll up with 10 bodyguards. And
we want to see SLAP DEE in the Escalade.
You know what I mean? So I used to, for like weeks, pull up to a car park with this, and you could see the child just...
Even I'm heartbroken for him. How dare you?
I'd be like, yep, do you want to just roll around your friends and... Papa, let's go. I'm like, yeah.
Oh my God. Slap. I mean, the reality of things is that is also who you are. Exactly. And you're a working dad at the end of the day. You're not always on stage.
Exactly.
But it's just like...
well, but it's kids, man. She eventually will outgrow that kind of thinking.
Wow.
Yeah. It's kids. She's kids. I mean, I embarrass, especially Nandi's my favorite to embarrass because, you know... It's you can see it in her face.
Yeah.
When her friends come, you just want to start.
But also, it's light.
Yeah.
It's not like she's holding it against you.
No, never. But yeah, she's just like, And the friends will probably find it funny.
Yeah, of course they will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in the world of bullying now, I think that's what our kids are most worried about. Like, what if the bully sees my dad rock up in a canter and they've seen him, you know, in the news or on stage or at a show, and then But again, like you've said, the upbringing very important.
Exactly.
If they know who they are from a very young age, no bully will stand that.
Yeah.
Oh. Look, we're wrapping up, and
please take your time. Take your time. We came ready.
We don't want you. I don't want to ask if you've talked about how changing diapers was at a certain age and what Nandi thinks about it now. You know, when you're having conversations with kids, and then you're like, "Iwe, you know?" Yeah.
That one has been. I don't think we've ever had that conversation. Actually.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she knows. She remembers times.
It'll come up on her wedding day speech.
Maybe probably
too soon.
Her graduation.
High school graduation.
Yeah, if they let me speak,
it's over for them.
Going down.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you have any sweet message or anything you just want to say to Zamani and Nandi?
I love you guys. Do you have some background music that's gonna play in the edit?
We'll ask the team to put music. Yeah.
I love you guys. And Daddy loves you. I've got a song for Nandi. I've got a song for Zamani. They know how much I love them. You know I love you guys. You know that. So yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I've had so much fun and also a lot of insights. You and I have conversations when we bump into each other. And we say, "Oh, how's the kids doing?" And but
all the time.
We haven't spoken about it on this side, you know.
Because we're always working. Imagine saying,
we always meet at work.
What's so going? You know, you're probably hosting and performing. It's such kind of. And backstage is, let's be honest.
Yeah, now I know what you're like a dad or as a dad.
Yeah.
Interesting. And now the people at home also know what you're like on the other side of, you know, being the King Dizzo, being the person that people look up to, being a father to your sons and daughters.
Yeah. Back to that, my sons and daughters.
Yes.
I'm coming out with a new reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming out with a new reminder very soon. So tell your brothers, tell the brothers, your cousins, everybody. Be seated when I drop that reminder, okay?
exclusive right here on Tea with Tash. You got that, an exclusive right here. Now we have had SLAP DEE, and you guys are now seeing this king in a different light. Where can people find you on the socials?
SLAP DEE everywhere.
Everywhere.
SLAPDEE. SLAP DEE.
Just that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much once again. I am so happy you came to the pod. And to the family out there, please do not forget to subscribe, like. Remember, we're on Spotify, we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on Threads, and right here on YouTube. And get busy in the comment section because we want you to be part of the conversation. Until the next episode, remember, this is not your grandma's average tea party. This is Tea with Tash.